A great scholar hears of the Tao and begins diligent practice. A middling scholar hears of the Tao and retains some and loses some. An inferior scholar hears of the Tao and roars with ridicule. Without that laugh, it would not be the Tao.
Thank you, Mr. Lao Chu, for that lovely intro. The OG sage dropping some of the hardest bars in antiquity. So I heard that line from the Tao Te Ching a couple days ago, and it really, really got me thinking. If you haven't read it, the Tao Te Ching is a classic text of ancient Chinese philosophy. It's over 2,500 years old, but it still hits hard today. It's written like a book of quotes or a collection of verses, so you can kind of just open up to any page, read a few verses, and feel the power and interpret it as you want. You don't really have to read it front to back. I'll link to a video in the description, which is an hour and a half of it read as an audiobook, but mixed with chill step music. It's absolutely fantastic for some contemplative, heavy lifting. So I'll rephrase this quote in terms of fitness. A great scholar hears of fitness and begins diligent practice. A middling scholar hears of fitness and retains some, but loses some. An inferior scholar hears of fitness and roars with ridicule. So a line like this can be interpreted in many different ways, and you can take your own meaning from it. But the one that I'm going to take out today is that of a call to action. Begin diligent practice. So if you're watching this video, then you've already heard of fitness. You're aware that you can train your body to be better at, well, just about anything. And that if you focus your training on high leverage attributes like strength, flexibility, cardio, or endurance, you can literally improve the experience of living in your body day to day for the rest of your life. I'm about to turn 35 years old next week, and I can honestly say that I feel better and younger than I've ever felt in my whole life. Why, you ask? Because I heard of fitness 7 years ago and I began diligent practice. I began diligent practice before I even understood what diligent practice was. I'm still learning what that means, but the point is, I got moving and I kept moving, and it got a lot easier to move along the way. So why is it that most people out there are inferior scholars who roar with ridicule? Why do people choose a sedentary life of poor health when they could just as easily live with vitality, with energy, and actually experience genuine play like they did when they were young? Honestly, I don't know the answer to this, but I do know that I am that guy sometimes. Sometimes I still get triggered by controversial ideas that are out of my comfort zone. Sometimes I'm unwilling to give new things a chance that could really change me. But I endeavor not to. I endeavor to be a great scholar. I don't have everything figured out, and I know that I never will. But the best way I know to learn is just by getting out there, doing the work, and committing to a life of diligent practice. I lift weights a few times a week because it makes me stronger year on year. I stretch a few times a week because it makes me more flexible year on year. I run a few times a week because it gives me more energy year on year. I play volleyball, climb, wing foil, and do other games because it makes me feel younger year on year. And together, all of these transform me and improve me year on year. And honestly, I'm just figuring out as I go, but so can you. So my message for you today is to begin diligent practice of something today. Maybe you're just getting into fitness and you just need to start your first workout. It could be as simple as getting down on the ground and trying to see how many push-ups you can do. Or it could be as simple as trying to see how far you can run in 10 minutes. Or you could try my free full body workout plan, the 2-Hour Body. Maybe you've already started your fitness journey, but there's a particular facet that you've been neglecting, say cardio or stretching. You can take the initiative to begin diligent practice on that today. If you need help with stretching, check out this video or join the waitlist for my upcoming course, Finding Flexibility. Maybe you're a real veteran in the fitness game and you've been lifting for years, but there's still probably some little detail that you've been neglecting that you could begin diligent practice on today. Maybe it's finally tackling a weakness, like your fear of squatting heavy or your inability to feel your lats on a pull-up, or really starting the work for that nagging elbow injury that you've been putting off for a long time and been afraid to actually tackle head on. So whatever diligent practice means to you today, just get started wherever you are, and you'll figure out all the details along the way, because it's the journey, the practice, and the habits that change us. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.